Meet Joel, owner of SoulJoel's Comedy Club, right here.
Joel.
How are you, brother?
This is Joel.
Joel's next to me in the plaid shirt.
Okay.
I'm wearing the white. I'm wearing the tracksuit.
You look huge compared to him.
I'm wearing white today, Dom.
Yo, Dom, over here. Hey, Dom, hey.
Yo, Dom.
I was filling Joel in that we're coming out to see you before you come to Philly. We're coming out to LA to hang out with you for a week, and I was telling Joel how excited how excited you are to spend time with me and Brian for the week. You know,
Brian, he's excited to see me, right, Dom?
Romantic in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you could, hit on somebody for a gig. Who knows?
No, I'm not out there. I'm not out there for work. I'm not out there for work.
You like to go with another man to California.
That's what it's all about.
A man from San Francisco.
Ooh. Joel, it's nice to meet you. I heard very nice things about you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, man. We actually met years ago at the Artie Lang show at Sirius XM and DirecTV. You did it like a few years ago.
How's he doing? I haven't talked to him a couple of years.
I haven't talked to him either. Yeah,
I heard he's doing well.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I heard he's doing well. I mean, I see him doing some stuff.
Well, the fact that he lived.
Didn't he like sniff glass or something like that? Isn't that what happened? It was like, was that the story, or is that what happened?
I think
that's what happened, right? Yeah, that's how he fucked his nose up. Yeah, he was like sniffing something and thought it was coke, and it was glass.
Everybody has a thing. We're live. Yeah.
No,
we're not live.
Yeah, just recording live. Yeah.
What do you think of my group here?
That's great, man. Yo, Dom.
Cast the characters.
You excited to come back to Philly?
I don't know. Coming back to see some of my family that aren't left in this realm. Every time we go to the Thanksgiving has more and more empty seats. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
Way to bring the show to a screeching halt, Tom.
Because you made it an annual thing where you used to come home every Thanksgiving to Philly every year, right?
How was Angelo? Was good to him.
Oh yeah. He puts on. Well, he's not on WIP anymore. He just retired, but he does a.
Oh, you had a relationship with him? I didn't know that.
He does a podcast now with Jay Black. So I'm sure, he would put everybody on to promote it.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know he had a podcast now. Dom, did you know that?
I know he wanted to come on mine to plug a book. So
you turn him down?
Yeah.
Come on.
Why have we had him on the show, man?
No, I would be honored. Cataldi. I'm a Philly guy.
That's probably why. Are you embarrassed of us, Dom? Is that what it is?
I don't know. We could have done better. So I heard that Bobby Kelly thing we were talking about. Man, is he funny?
Oh, he's great, man. He's done a lot for the club and always come here and then told everybody about it and got us other comics, and so many comedy fans have come here because of him. So it's been great.
Are we in Hotborough? Your location, is it Hotbury or?
It's Pottstown. Pottstown.
Where'd I get the Hotbury?
Oh, Hatboro is a town east of here. Okay. Yeah, it's all in the same county, Montgomery County. You know
how many? I get overwhelmed with people at a place like this because we're coming and we're bringing 10 people. Can I get slide me through? I can't. If I do that, fucking half the audience would be my friends.
Tens and tens at a time, and all of a sudden, the whole room's been comped.
Right.
That should be fun. It's gonna be a good show. So it's Steve Shubert. Chris Coccia too.
Chris Coccia, Jimmy Shubert, and Eleanor Kerrigan.
Beautiful, and then obviously Dom.
I was told they're all your friends. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dom.
All of them, yeah.
Even Steve.
Dom called me up when he seen the flyer, and he was like, "How the fuck did you get on this?" I'm like, wow, Dom, thanks a lot. I love you too. Dom
Irrera and friends and Steve.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'll be there too, Dom. I'm gonna
Brian's gonna fly out from San Fran, and he's gonna tape a bunch of content and hang out.
Yeah.
Oh, we're inside the speakeasy. There's a speakeasy inside this building. So the building was built in 1931, back in the big band era. So Glenn Miller, Frank Sinatra, Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, they all performed here.
And now Dom Irrera.
That's pretty cool. So what was it? Was a music venue or was it was an actual speakeasy at one point? It
was called the Sunnybrook Ballroom. And then it still is.
Right.
So in the ballroom, the floors, the ceiling, everything was built so that the acoustics, you could stand on stage, you could hear perfectly all the way in the back. Because in 1931, there were no microphones.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just amazing acoustics.
That's great. And how did you get it started? Like the idea of doing the club there and then eventually get it going? Because I know was it during COVID that you started, or?
Yeah, so it was about 10 minutes from here, and I just opened up the comedy club just before COVID. I left the Valley Forge Casino after being there for 7 years. Finally, after 15 years, opened up my own club. Went from 1 day a week to being open 5 days a week in 4 months, and then COVID hits, gets shut down. I went outside. Did outside comedy for 16 straight months.
Oh,
yeah, and that's when I heard about it, because it was like kind of buzzing about it. I mean, I know you did a ton of shows. Everyone was talking about it. Yeah.
But then they ended up developing townhouses. Between COVID, I couldn't catch a break. It took us a year, but this place went on the market because the owner wanted to sell. He has another wedding venue and just wanted to unload. And I got lucky. My brother-in-law is the executive chef. He runs all the catering, the weddings, and the restaurant. So, and that's my job didn't change. I just, run all the events and brought the comedy here, and we still do everything else.
Wow, that's great, man. That's cool. You got a little family, like a family business going on there. That's awesome.
Keep it in the family. Yeah.
Instead of money, they're giving you food.
yeah.
Do I look that bad, Dom? Come on.
I think you actually look better, bro. I do. I like your haircut. I think you look.
Thanks.
I think you look good,
I just got it cut.
Yeah, it's very Ginzo. It's a very Ginzo haircut.
Yeah, it's a real guinea look, Yeah. I'm getting ready for the Dom Irrera show coming up. You kidding?
Oh man. Did you do any sets this weekend, Dom?
I did Laugh Factory. And maybe this week I'm doing the improv and what's the one down the beach?
Hermosa?
Magic Club.
Down at, what is that? Is that Hermosa?
Comedy Magic Club, yeah.
Yeah, it's right on Hermosa.
Nice.
There's this one thing they do that I love. You do 10 minutes each for 2 shows. And it's just like a social thing. Doing 10 minutes for most of those guys are like, am I done? Boom.
Right.
It's really fucking fun.
Yeah.
Who's on the lineup usually? Like, who works that club, Comedy Magic Club? Who's on the lineup?
Just the West Side comedies, Alan Havey and those guys. It's so big out there, I don't feel like going to the beach unless I'm, naked with a potato ball down my Mr. Irrera. I'm just waking up, guys. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, of course. I see Darren Carter, Quinn Dale, Kathy Ladman on the show.
Gary Ladman's funny.
Has any of them worked for you, Joel?
Yeah.
No.
I saw you had.
I'm sure you've worked some West Coast guys that Dom knows, and who from LA has been out here?
Craig Shoemaker.
Oh God.
Who else?
Kevin Nealon.
Kevin Nealon. He's one of the funniest fucking guys in the world.
Who else from the West Coast that comes to mind?
Putting me on the spot here.
No. I mean, I know there has to be.
I saw Norman. You just had Mark Norman there.
Mark Norman, yeah.
How was that show? He's great, man. Great. He's one of my favorites right now.
Yeah,
he's great.
Felipe Esparza out there.
He'll pack it for you.
Oh yeah.
Nobody speaks English though.
Well, and we actually booked him 4th of July weekend. And he goes, whose idea was this? A Mexican American on the Americans Independence Day. Good booking.
Who's doing the big room right here? 2 nights.
Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer sold it out. Right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think is he West Coast, Dom?
He's lives in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's Florida. Yeah. I thought he was isn't he from like Jersey or Philly?
Jersey,
something like that. Yeah, Jersey.
Over the pandemic last year, the year before he moved to Florida.
Yeah, I know Jimmy Schubert's down there too. Like West Palm area. That's cool.
He was one that he opened that one, the historic one with Bill Burr and all that. Shubert. And I come to the thing and he goes, Dom, they booed me off stage. I was trying to kill her. I said, well, you're not really on if they just boo you. There has to be some kind of exchange, Poor guy thought he'd be bombed. I was like, he didn't fucking bomb. They're crazy.
Well, are you talking about the infamous show? With the Bill Burr rant.
Dom went on before Burr.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard about that. I always heard about Burr, but I didn't realize that you and Jimmy went on.
Bob Kelly was on the lineup.
Before that,
Norton.
Saget too, right, Dom?
Yeah. I just did my time. What happened? I go on, like there was 1,300 people or something like that, and about 30 of them are heckling. So, it's not a fair thing. You got a mic and everything. They're just drunk.
Right.
So I went, look, I'm getting $1,200 for 5 minutes, whatever, and you're still making AC/DC T-shirts for your parents, and you fucking. I just started laying into them, and Bill grabs my hand. He goes, "They looked down. They fucking booed Dom Irrera." And I said, "It's over. Fuck them." That's what he went with that, and I knew he was going to do something funny. So I went and I sat on the stage, on the side of the stage, I was fucking crying, laughing. Then he goes, and fuck the Liberty Bell. I go, what did the Liberty Bell ever do to you? You ever see it?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
Yeah, several times.
Yeah, well, and it's funny because you don't realize that Bill lived in New York for a while, but he's originally from Boston, so he had all this facts about Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He knows. Yeah.
And then he said once they they disrespected you and Bill and Jimmy beforehand, he's like, this is ridiculous. He's like, yeah,
The
10
hometown,
minutes,
the
9
hometown
minutes.
guys. Yeah,
the hometown,
right.
exactly.
That's
so
right. I forgot he kept counting the timeout.
He was ready. Yeah. I'm doing the whole time.
Yeah, he's a big guy too.
So then when he got down to like, it was almost like the fourth quarter 2-minute drill. He goes, 2 minutes left in the period. Like, I think that's the loudest he got. Like, I'm still doing it. Like, we're still counting down with 2 minutes left.
He stopped traveling with them because it was getting on his nerves. They didn't want to do any changes, nothing. They wanted you can't do that. That's one of those.
Anthony traveling virus tour, yeah.
But they should have stuck.
Are they still on?
No. Anthony created his own network, Compound Media, and then Opie started a podcast, and then Norton's still the only one that's at Sirius. So they all three like parted ways.
At the end, they all came to see Jim. He got booed. They were so fucking drunk they didn't even know what they were doing by that. It was chaos.
Norton closed that show.
He was the guy that represented them, because it's a very weird, very odd crowd, and it's all people that are drunk and for the same reason.
Right.
They're not even really. They didn't do comedy. They just put us up for fodder.
That's why comedy is now fun in stadiums.
Well, Dom has said numerous times on the podcast how like outside comedy generally it's just not a traditional setup, right? Dom, you were saying outside for the most part it's not.
It was horrible. If you could see the sky,
it's challenging.
Yeah.
Well, you had to go through that your chops to get things going, huh?
Oh yeah, but and I would have said it before the pandemic that I agree with you, but we somehow figured it out.
Well, you designed it.
We designed it. Yep, the roof contained all the laughter and the heat. So it was 20 degrees warmer in the wintertime and it was 20 degrees cooler in the summer. So although it was outside, it still captured the sound and the comics still felt well, and it just worked. It's a COVID creation, and people still ask about it. So we'll still do it, but we're only going to do it the short season from like
nice
Memorial Day to Labor Day. I know you live in California now, Don, but it's only warm here in the summertime.
Well, I was called at home, a weird time or something. Cher needed a comedian to come in because Cyndi Lauper broke her ankle or something. So I go in just not knowing what I'm getting into. I was in Dallas. It was half and half, and I was fucking dying up there. And I never felt that, before. It's like, holy shit, they're not even listening. And then the next night we went to the Summit in Houston, and it was just like a normal set. I learned how to pretty much say no for this because comedians don't belong in the fucking sun. We're Draculas. We're born in the fucking dirty middle of the night, getting some pussy. So you got a really great group. You got a great group of guys. There's only one of them that I don't like, and I would never say it and give that motherfucker a chance. Anyway, tell them all I said out, please. They're all good.
Just talking about the lineup, just in case no one got the joke. I get the joke.
Nice plug.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the show we're doing. It's Eleanor Kerrigan. Who does she think she is with that attitude?
How dare you bash my talent in front of the booker of a big club in the Philly area? Come on, I got a baby to feed. How can you do this to me? Come on.
Is this a new bit you're working on with me?
Oh, no.
Well, he gives you let him on your stage, right?
Oh yeah. He's helped me cultivate a nice club here where a lot of the guys from Philadelphia come up and they're working out, and he does his show 7 for 7 here, and it sells out.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. See that? I got some good. That was nice, Dom.
Sells out.
Dom, now it's your turn to give me a compliment, Dom. Come on.
Here he is, meeting him in helium. Hey, Dom, you got any work for me, man? Didn't even go into early season.
Complete horseshit. This gets edited out.
Not complete.
I did not.
Partial.
I am the biggest Dom Irrera supporter and fan there is.
No.
And he knows it.
Like it's some kind of disease. Thank you so much. So what do you got coming up in your roster, dude?
So we got Brett Ernst coming.
Oh, nice.
He's coming up. Yeah, it's gonna be.
That's funny.
Yeah. Obviously, we just had Mark Norman that sold out 2 shows last Wednesday. He was working out his new hour because he just dropped his special, so he's working out new material.
Nice.
I'm only 2 hours from New York, so I try to get a lot of guys to come down from New York.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Because it's a good workout room. And because we got so popular over the pandemic, a lot of the guys, whether they were going on the road or trying a new special, they would go on the stage. And I know before it'd be like, look, I'm professional, but a lot of the audience members would love it, whether it was Louis C.K. or Mark Norman. They would go on stage and work out, and then they'd see it on Netflix or wherever their special was, and they'd be like, I saw that joke in the infancy stage. So now we have like these comedy nerds that we've cultivated, and they come out no matter who it is. And that's what I try to tell people, no matter who it is on the show, I want you to come out because we put on good shows no matter who it is.
Did you guys ever see the video of Big J getting attacked at the Dome, at Joel's Dome? So
maybe this isn't the story that Dom wants to hear.
Well, no. What's crazy is I didn't know it was at Joel's. I didn't know it was at your club till like last week we were drinking.
Oh, really?
No, I had no idea that happened here.
Yeah.
So apparently it boosted your brand.
Yeah. So it was.
Yeah, we got the video, so we got to watch it.
Oh, we got to watch this.
Holy shit, Jesus! Yeah, let me restart it.
That's Big J getting tackled.
Well, we were in Austin, and some nut came on the stage. It was with Tony. What's his name? Tony
Hinchcliffe.
Yeah. It's his thing. I used to do it Monday nights with those guys. And some guy comes up, and Big J stands. He's like a big shadow. And I just got behind. Nothing happened. When the guy tried to hit, pushed him out. There's a fucking bouncer starts strangling the guy, and they threw him out. Rough crowd, huh?
Jay,
this is the craziest thing. Is it was a husband and wife that came, and they'd come to. We did a week of shows. It's called the Summerfest. I created it. It was 16 straight days of comedy. One day for every week we lost during the lockdown. So it was 2020, fresh out of the shutdown and the pandemic. It's still during the pandemic, really.
Right.
It was lucky number 13, and the 13th night, and we had a guest spot. So it wasn't for the guest spot. This show was 2 minutes of being over. Jay wasn't even supposed to be on the show. He went on because Dave Smith had a death in the family.
Oh, love Dave Smith.
And he had to stay home and watch his kid while his wife went to pay respects to her family members. So it was his in-laws. So Jay was on the stage. He was talking, and Lewis, if I can backtrack, was on stage talking about their skank fest election.
Right.
And this girl stands up and goes, fuck this place, fuck Donald Trump, everyone's racist. And he's like, they're not talking about Democrats and Republicans. They're talking about, these are comedians. Dan Soder and Ari Shaffir and all these guys. The one thing you want to avoid, Dom, in comedy is politics. Don't talk about it. It can alienate and part like Moses in the Red Sea.
Dave's comedy is pretty political, right?
Right. But
I'm sure his set was very political.
Right.
Yeah.
So I went up to Jay and I go, listen, I got security. I'm gonna escort them out. And he goes, no, I need them. So he goes on stage and goes, honey, where are you from? Because I love that you didn't say F this town, F this county. You said F all of Pennsylvania. And she goes, who, me? And it's like, how drunk are you that you didn't even know I was talking about you for the last 5 minutes?
Right.
Yeah. And just goes on. And so just like a Jerry Springer show, the mom and stepmom are both there. They escort her out. So I walk with her to be like, hey, I'm also escorting her out. I turn around and the crowd goes nuts. Well, her brother was upset and goes up to the stage and starts arguing with Jay. And I'm like, I'm a football length away. I can't get there fast enough. And I see him pull Jay's legs and just yanks him off stage. You see the video. Coming behind was actually Luis Gomez coming over the top to try to stop it.
Oh, really?
And come to his thing. And it was called, their podcast is called Legion of Skanks. It's called not called 3 Men and a Baby. Right, so 10 guys come and try to protect their king. And I'm like a football referee trying to take guys off the pile. And one guy luckily had pepper spray, and he pepper sprayed dad and the guy that was attacking Lewis. Well, at this point, Lewis had him in like a MMA move.
Yeah.
And when it all cleared, the dad goes, not again. Not again. I'm like, not again. You brought your son through. I'm like, this is unbelievable. Before that, I had warned him. I go, listen, stop doing whatever you're doing. And he goes, oh, you're gonna fuck me up. I go, no, I'm Joel. I just want you to stop heckling, stop doing everything. And he goes, how about this? I'm a porn producer from California. He had just flown. I'm like, it's 2020. What are you talking? Like, it's called the internet. Everyone's got it's on their phone. What are you talking about? And like it's not like 1992 where he's taping it, like selling them out of his
making
trunk.
VHS.
You know what I mean? Like DVDs.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'll give you everyone. And it just so the next day it went viral. Like everyone started talking about it. And I got a phone call from Page Six. Before you know it, it's on every and I didn't think it was real. So I gave this outlandish quote, and my friends from high school and college were texting me after they saw it. I said, in his defense, he was just trying to defend his sister's honor. But if you met his sister, I don't know how much there was honor to defend.
Do you do stand up?
After that long story, yeah, that's why I got into producing.
Yeah.
I started, but I realized quickly that I can make a living out of being the event planner and producing shows and owning my own club. But I still host from here, from time to time.
Nice.
Make the story shorter, right? That's basically what
he's got security here now.
Yeah.
You don't got to worry about getting pushed off stage.
Thanks.
And I'm on the show too. I'm your muscle.
You can't fix yourself up and you own a club?
No, I'm married to this place. Maybe eventually, but right now I'm working like crazy.
Is this a good time for you? It's the holidays?
Oh, I love it, man. I live for this.
Well, I mean, is this like traditionally in comedy? Is this considered this? Are we going into the slow season?
No, we're going to the busy season.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think now through like the holidays when he's going to be here.
And then probably like January, February probably dies down for a little.
I actually think it around like the middle of December through Christmas starts to die down a little bit, and then January starts to pick up again because there's like nothing else.
Yeah, there ain't
on.
shit to do. Yeah, it's cold. Cold.
Unless your team's in the playoffs, football's.
I wonder if that's just like the fact that the Phillies are like killing it right now, and like when the Eagles do well, like all the comedians, I'm not me, but there's a lot of stand-ups that like they want the Phillies and the Eagles to like lose, so they're not competing.
Oh yeah,
because
they're on right now.
It's wild. Yeah, they are.
But like a lot of headliners, they just are like, oh, I hope they lose. You know, if they're competing with them on their weekend.
It was wild. Dom, last year we had Brett Ernst on a Thursday night. We had no idea that the Eagles were going to be undefeated. They're 7-0. And the Phillies who weren't even supposed to make the playoffs were in the World Series. I'm like,
and Brett's the biggest Dallas fan there is.
Yeah, and he still sold 60 tickets. I'm like, up against that, I'm like, that's it's like he sold out a stadium.
Jeez.
To still sell 60 tickets like that.
Well, I hope I sell 65.
Yeah, I was like,
take it to the top.
Yeah. Story number 2 I shouldn't have told.
If there's anything you want me to do between now and then, be glad to do it.
All right. I always think like maybe like a short clip of you saying that you're going to be in town.
Yeah, we're going to be out there next week, so we'll tape a bunch of promo clips maybe.
Yeah.
Week after, right? 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'll get something put together, Joel. I'll talk to them and make it happen.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That Wednesday night's usually pretty good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think that's just gonna be rocking.
Yeah,
it's a killer lineup. I mean, anybody from Philly would want to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's 5 comics for the price of 1, basically. I mean, it's crazy. All headliners. It's gonna be great.
All headliners.
Dom, I know you love me secretly, and I'm gonna get you to it. I'm gonna get you to admit it eventually. I don't know if it's gonna be on the air, but I know you do care about me a little bit. You know.
I really do.
I appreciate it.
Your mother, your father, everybody's alive, right?
Yeah, my mother and father are living. Yeah,
I
got a 90-year-old grandfather too.
You're keeping them alive through your jokes.
I don't know about that. Dom, go Phillies, and Dom Irrera will be at SoulJoel's November
22nd, the night before Thanksgiving. Everyone's off. Come hang.
Yeah, I can sell it.
Can't wait.
You know why you should come and see me? Because I crush.
You do, brother.
They maintain. Anyway, I'm not bitter because I already made it. When do you make it officially? Did I make it?
Yeah, what is making it? I always meant to ask you that. What's Dom
I always thought just
further than where we are, Steve. That's making it.
Obviously, but I want to know Dom Irrera's perspective.
If you're happy doing stand-up and you do it at a decent salary, everybody can't kill you. You know, the guy fired me because I was bad on the radio.
So you didn't even get to the night show. He fired you because you were bad on the radio?
No, I was kidding. Did you think I was serious?
I didn't know what you were. Yeah, I didn't know what you meant.
I'm an actor too. I was in. I'm not saying I'm old, but I was on 2 Golden Girls. Is that her name?
The Golden Girls episodes? Really? I didn't know that.
I was in 2 of them. But that's fucking old because That's a long time ago.
Dude, you were on a Seinfeld episode. I got into comedy in the late 90s, and I used to see you all the time. I would go to the comic strip because you would always be there.
The New York comic strip.
Yeah, yep, the New York comic strip. In Manhattan.
God, I haven't been there in a long time. That's what pretty much I started there. I went in and all those guys were on Mark Schiff and Seinfeld. And a friend of mine asked me if I could do that. I go, I think so.
That was your home club in New York, the comic strip?
Well, and the Improv.
Where was the Improv located?
Near Times Square.
44th and 9th.
Yeah.
44th and 9th.
Dom-
Yeah, that's
Dom-
right. Yeah,
Dom
that's right. It's right in Midtown.
Yeah.
Dom was saying on the last time we taped that the Comedy Cellar. Didn't you say you had a conversation with the owner or where to locate it?
Why he called me up, I have no idea.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. I remember this story. Yeah. What was
He
that?
says, where should I put the club? I said, I don't know. He said, how about Broadway? I said, definitely not. Get all those fucking tourists and drug addicts. And I said, put it down the Village, West Village. 2 tunnels come in, up a bridge right in the fucking on your lap. You can't mess with this. And I got all those acts together. That's all I did. I was in the thing saying, thank him, Dom Irrera, for giving us the location. And fucking do anything.
That's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
It's exactly where it's located. I mean, you literally make 2 turns and you're in the Holland Tunnel.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's right
Yeah.
there.
McDougal Street, right?
Yep. Yeah. McDougal.
Isn't
Yeah.
it
And now there's
McDougal?
McDougal. There's tons of clubs there now too. There's the Grizzly Pear, and then the Cellar has a couple other rooms too, right?
Well, and what happened was
Yeah.
when they only had one, when the Cellar had 1 room,
right.
Al Martin had opened up to try to get the overflow of Greenwich Comedy Club into Greenwich Comedy Club, and then so the Comedy Cellar got so mad, they opened up a second and now
What's
a
that,
third.
that
Fat Black, Fat Black.
Yeah, and then the Village Underground.
I called it fat pussy.
Yeah. And now they're about to open up a 5th. They took over the worst McDonald's. The only McDonald's in Fat America to ever close down is the one on West 4th Street.
They open up a 5th room?
It's going to be a theater. It's the old McDonald's.
Did that shut down already?
Shut down. Yeah.
Shut down?
They're in the building.
I didn't know that. That's
so
great.
this guy, following your advice, has now opened 5 clubs.
You got to ask for.
Had he not seen me, they would have bombed.
Any advice you could throw my way, I'm all ears.
I closed the club, moved to New York,
Yeah.
and stand up.
Get out of Hatboro.
Joel, thank you for being our guest today. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, Joel,
You were together before the show, man.
all nice things about you.
Thanks, brother. I'm looking forward to seeing
me
you.
too.
Man. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thank you. It's
We've
good
been
school
trying
to
to
come
get this
back.
done for a little while, man. I'm excited. Yeah, I love the Thanksgiving idea and home for the holidays. I think it's going to be I built this from the ground up, man, brick by brick. So to get a guy like you really means a lot.
Hey, you see my act.
You do a lot of that Italian stuff, Dom.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of that, you know.
You know, it's amazing to see it more conservative now than it was when I started. You know, like I think we have it looser. You got to really be careful.
And it's the
what you're saying.
liberals, and it's the liberals doing the censoring, Dom.
Yeah, but if you get thrown out now with that, it's just your own fault. You know.
Yeah.
So it was so wild because when you like in Ireland and Scotland, all them, you could say cunt and it means nothing over there. I swear to God, it's like
It says cunt all the time.
No.
no, but you know, it's pretty. Women here really hate it.
Yeah.
But it's with the Irish. I was working with her. She had her baby in a carriage. She goes, this little fucking girl, this cunt.
Wait, Dom, tell Joel the Julie Gold thing.
Judy
Judy Gold. Tell him that.
I'm hosting this blues show, and Judy, she's so fucking funny. You know her?
Yeah. She's going to be here in 2 weeks.
She said to me, I was hosting. It was upstairs above the stage, and I come. She goes, "Could you smell my pussy from up there?" I said, "No, but I can hear it." And we were just fucking sort of crying, laughing. I don't even know what it means, but it's just, the night before Thanksgiving, more of that kind of stuff.
Oh man, it's gonna be fun.
More or less.
It'll be fun.
We're already selling tickets, so it's going to be great.
Have you seen Eleanor recently?
I think I saw her last summer or so. Yeah, she's doing.
She's really getting strong.
Yeah, so her and Jimmy are going to headline the weekend. So they're with you Wednesday. Jimmy's headlining Friday, and Eleanor's going to headline Saturday.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, that's cool.
Great. Yeah, that's great, man. It's a great weekend. It shows the club, man.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a killer weekend.
Killer weekend.
December 22nd.
November.
I'm sorry.
November
It's my
22nd.
second class. You plug it.
Wednesday, November 22nd, night before Thanksgiving. Everyone's got off. Go to SoulJoel's.com for tickets. Dom Irrera and friends.
Beautiful.
Maybe you'll do a guest spot and then bring up this moron. Man.
All right. I'll see you guys soon.
Yep. But
Bye.
Yo, Dom.